Oh my god.
That's why I let my phone. I don't want nobody trying to change my mind.
Ow! What the fuck is that?
I think my mic.
Damn, your shit broke, bro.
No, it's not. Shut up.
Damn, your shit crazy,
Bro,
dog.
it's not. I literally can hear it.
Damn, you
Dang.
loud as fuck.
I think I made it louder.
You loud, bro. What the fuck?
You said I'm
Your shit
loud?
broke, bro. Your shit broke.
No, it's not, bro. Chill, chill. Chill.
Yo, you stream, dog? You stream?
You said what?
I said you stream, bro.
You hear me?
Damn,
You can hear me,
shine on
right?
the gram.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah,
It's like perfect
Yeah.
or it sound like weird.
it's perfect. But that thing you just made right now sound crazy.
Yeah, that wasn't my fault. I'm gonna turn my mic up though. Is that better? Like you can just hear me? Huh?
I can hear you now.
Is that like
Damn,
good?
Lil Yell, though. Don't yell though, Lil Yell.
You said don't yell?
Yeah.
I'm not yelling.
Well, you should turn it down just a little.
Ah!
Damn. Hey, I'm on the gram though.
Nah, gang. You gotta find my You gotta find my Twitch or whatever I'm live streaming on YouTube or whatever. If you
Hey,
find me,
I'm on
gang.
the gram though.
Nah, fuck your gram, bro. I don't post shit on there. Stop talking to me crazy,
shit,
bro.
I-
I don't care about
I'll
none of
fuck
that.
it. I'll
Bro,
ask you
lock
what your
in, bro.
Twitch is, bro.
Nah, I don't stream on Twitch, bro. They do too much.
They could just said, find me on fucking Twitch. I stream on it. Nick, what do you stream on then, bro?
I stream on YouTube, bro. It's International Trolls. If you can't find International Trolls, it's BYB_Tony.
Whoa.
If you can't
Well,
spell,
shit.
that's on you, bro.
Well, shit. Support your fans as we support you, bro. Follow me
Nigga, you
back
don't
on the
even
gram.
watch me. What are you talking about? They have
Oh,
not
about
watched
it.
one of my videos, bro. How
Oh,
long are my
about it.
videos? How long are my videos?
I just met you, dog.
Exactly.
I'm saying I'm a loyal fan, bro. So support
Bro,
your
no, you're
support your fan,
not.
bro.
No, you're not, bro. No, you're
Bro,
not.
I'm probably the realest nigga you ever meet, dog.
Bro, you don't even watch the vids. What are you talking about?
I'm probably the lowest nigga you ever meet, bro. I just got out of jail. I went down for a homie, dog. That's some real shit.
That's your fault. I'm snitching.
I just did a year, bro.
I don't care about nothing. I'm snitching. I'm straight
You're
up snitching. I'm
You're
snitching. Hey, look.
you're snitching on
we in the car.
you're snitching on your homie
I'm
who's
the
been there
driver.
since day
We
one
get
and
pulled
been
over.
loyal.
We just robbed the bank. They take us in. They did it. I was in the car. They said take me there. I didn't know what we was doing. I didn't know what we was doing. They just said take me there. And then they came out with bags. And I was driving. That's it.
So
Why you think I
switch
pulled
on
over?
someone who's
Look, I'm hitting with
who's
that. Why you
been
think I pulled
loyal
over,
to you
officer?
since day one, bro?
Why you think I pulled over? Look, we in a BMW. We can dang near hit 200. We can hit 200. I pull over. What's good, officer? Yeah, we just robbed the bank. You gonna take us in? Yeah, come on. Yup, take us in.
Nah.
They did it.
Not,
They did it. They
not
told me
gonna lie
to.
though.
They told me to
Not
drive.
gonna lie.
I drove, and then they came out with bags. That's it, bro.
You should be a comedian though, bro.
Bro, nah,
Low-key.
bro. It's not even that, bro.
Nah, low key, you funny
Hey.
though.
I'm not going in for no homie, man. I'm snitching. Don't rob no bank with me. Don't rob no bank with me. Why you think I'm driving?
Crazy.
That
That boy's
Leave.
nah.
Nah.
Next.
Y'all can get in the car. The police gonna pull us over. We in the
How you-
BMW that can go
How
200.
you gonna switch up on someone?
I'm
who's been
pulling
loyal,
over.
dog?
Officer, they just robbed the bank. You can take us in.
Take us in.
Yeah, take us in. I'm gonna tell you everything. They gonna take me in anyways.
Oh hell.
Nah. He said he just went in for his homie.
Yeah, what's
5
up, man?
years is crazy.
Yeah, well, hello, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What? Bro, take them glasses off, bro.
Oh, Christian. Tuta.
My chest is hurting, my feet can't.
Oh, I need play.
You be streaming?
You said what?
You be streaming?
Bro, what's under that bonnet, bro?
That nigga got a bonnet on?
It look like a pillow.
Boy, that nigga look like somebody's mama at the bus stop.
Yo, why you got that bonnet on, bro? Like, yo.
Hey, this nigga sitting next to Billion Pollywog.
What is that?
Pollywog.
Hear that?
Pollywog fish.
Nah. Hey, can you pick that keyboard up?
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
Bro,
Whole ass.
who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
What?
Who are you talking to?
What?
Turn the thing back up.
Bitch, how you turn the hoe
Just
up?
twist it other way.
Bro, pick
What
that
you said, bitch?
keyboard up.
Other way.
You dumb ass motherfucker. What you said now?
Say pick the keyboard up. I can see the type of people. Golly.
God damn, man, what the fuck wrong with you, man?
Look at you. Good boy. You learned the new trick?
Shut your whole ass up,
God.
bitch.
Oh my God. You are smart. You picked the keyboard up. Good boy. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, that shit was funny, then.
It was?
Yeah,
I'm already knowing.
your dumb ass.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
You gonna
from?
pick that keyboard up again?
Where you from, bitch?
Or you only do it once?
Where you from, bitch?
I'm from your mama house.
It ain't that D, bitch?
I stay
Ain't
there,
that
boy.
Damn, D.
That is D.
Ain't your name D?
This nigga's stupid. No way. He said, ain't your name D?
Ain't your name what?
He said, ain't your name D?
Why you shit the hoe?
That was a nigga in the back.
Why you shit the hoe in the face? Why's Lando?
Golly.
Can't get your shit back. Man.
Mm-mm-mm. That's gonna be one funny thing if they get pulled over. He had a switch on the back. Nah, he was tweaking.
Those biggest fingers.
Bro.
Had to go to the party. I find it.
Hey, something I myself and I just tried.
Bro, what?
I need to say I never leave home. Boy, you can tell this bitch ass fake as hell. It's big. That motherfucker fake as hell. Alright, pop that.
Yo,
What kind of car y'all in?
a Honda. We
What's-
both drive Hondas.
What's the a Honda?
Hey, this bitch got 3 tits.
Yeah, we both drive Hondas.
A Honda? Yeah, that's crazy. A Honda. So what you got? Did you
Not a
like y'all in your
Not a
car?
Honda.
Like
It's a-
HONDA.
It's a 03 Accord.
It's loud.
Nah.
So you're selling. That's what I'm hearing. You're selling.
Nah.
You got a car. You got a car that sucks. That's what I'm hearing.
Nah, I got good training and fucking motor's beautiful. Ain't nothing bad about that.
Yeah, it is bad. It's not
Yeah.
loud. It don't go vroom vroom.
What do you?
It don't need to be loud. It go fast.
Nah.
What's your car? Also, what do you
uh,
do for?
My car are these right here. Let me show you.
All right, and then on your.
Yeah, I drive on these. Yeah, I drive on these.
Oh,
for sure.
So you don't got a car, but you want to talk about my
Yeah,
car.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
broke
for
it to
sure,
me. The people talk
For
about
sure,
being
for sure.
broke.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait,
Yeah, for sure.
makes sense.
Mhm.
So you have no car.
Didn't I just show you what I drive on?
All right, so you have no car.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? You ain't got no car?
What happened?
Bro, you can't do me like
What
that
are you
though,
gonna
bro.
get? What are you gonna get?
It's gonna be like a Challenger, twin. It's gonna be a Challenger.
Okay.
What?
For sure, for sure.
2017?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. It's between like a Chrysler or a Challenger. For
When do you
sure.
plan on buying this said car?
When you stop talking, for sure. It just keep going. It just don't shut up. For
How
sure.
old are you?
Yeah. You need to fix that.
Yeah, you sound like somebody's little brother. Yeah,
That's
fix
not
that.
good.
Fix that, baby. Fix that.
That's not good. You don't even got your face in the camera and you talking.
Okay.
Something
and
gotta
you
be
arguing
messed
with
up.
someone who doesn't even got the face in their camera.
No, I'm not arguing with you. You arguing with yourself. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
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 Well, hey, y'all have a great day. Stay stinky, cause I know y'all are.
Yo, what's going, B?
Bro, who are you talking to,
Promise you,
youngin?
bro. It's a clap.
Nigga,
Your
nigga.
dream
Bro,
girl.
take that hat off, boy.
Clap your dream girl cheeks. Become a super saiyan. It said me 1 second later.
Oh,
Fuck that bitch.
Telling you. Golly, I need some water. Whew. That one not hitting. Thought about this.
Stud is ready to mount. Please turn up the lights. What? No, the opposite. In fact, could someone maybe turn on some Drake or the...
Somebody.
He about to mate with his dog and they about to watch. He said, somebody turn on some Drake or something. He can't. Or the weekend. He can't do it. Quagmire? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Offering manual assistance. This is it? It's happening right here? Right now?
They have to certify.
No way.
Ready to mount.
No way.
Yo, I just took my hat off though. Yo,
It's not even that, bro. A P4?
yo, you know that? Ben had P5. Ben had that sorry ass thing.
So why are you on a P4?
Hey, my sister took my shit. I got this P4 for free though, bitch.
You still on a P4?
Hey, you still the bitch. You
Okay.
talking about a game system, bro? Come back to real life.
You're on a P4 though. What are you playing? No, what are you playing?
Is unable to perform. Please bring in the boxer.
Oh shoot.
I'm sorry, Brian. This is what I was trying to tell you.
Sorry, too. I see now that you were right. Just not sure how this could work or how our relationship could fit into your world. Hey, let's talk. This is goodbye.
I guess it is. I'll always remember you, Brian.
I'll always remember you, Ellen.
I promise to name one of
One of my puppies after you. She getting pounded right now while he talking to her.
the puppies after you. Let's just cross our fingers. It's not one of the ones he eats.
Thanks. It's a lot.
Okay. Heart rate. Bites down on the back of my neck, so we should probably wrap this up. Heart rate bites down on the back of my neck, so we should probably wrap this up.
Whoa! Axel's grandfather named the Holtz. Come on, let's just go home. Whoa! Axel's grandfather named the Holtz. Come on, let's just go home. Okay. Is this the romantic ending you were looking for? Look, that was a tricky situation. Right, the lights, watching. If it had been for...
My Hero Ultra Rumble.
This is it? It's happening right here? Right now?
Uh-huh. They have to certify the right.
Stud is ready to mount. Please turn up the lights. What? No, the opposite. In fact, could someone maybe turn on some Drake or the weekend? Yeah, he's blowing it. He can't do it.
Think that's Eric.
Quagmire? What are you doing here? Well, I haven't always passed to anything in this town that's sex related. Offering manual assistance. Commencing union. Okay, thanks. But no, I got this. Just give me a second to get like a scenario in my head. Maybe a hot babysitter who needs to pay for college. So she... can somebody please shut those dogs up? This specimen is unable to perform. Please bring in the boxer. I was on monkey.
My Josiah asleep.
This is what I was trying to tell you.
Sorry, too. I see now that you were right. Just not sure how this could work. How our relationship could fit into your world. Hey!
A present!
I'll always remember you, Brian.
I'll always remember you.
I promise to name one of the puppies after you. Let's just cross our fingers. It's not one of the ones he eats.
Thanks.
Coming up next is...
Heart rate bites down on the back of my neck, so we should probably wrap this up.
Whoa! Grandfather named the Holtz. Come on, let's just go. Okay. Is this the romantic...
Wouldn't hurt to look. I'll take that. New roles were added. Take advantage of them.
You have a boyfriend the whole time?
Yeah. So God saved me from my
You never found out about this? You still with him?
I'm not a kid. I found my
Oh, bro. Take a break for a second. Just take a break for a second. Have a cheat day, bro. Why not?
haven't had my morning coffee. That's a rule I never. It's a nice day. That cuts in on the haven't had.
If your name starts with these letters, if your name is listed in this video, I automatically know you got a roster. All right, take it. Now, let me know in the comment section what letter does your name start with. And I'm gonna keep it all the way around. I had to cut one of my man's off. They started a letter J because he took my bitch. And y'all are the type of niggas that would be
He did what?
usually get on all fours, take the back for shot, go for the nose, please, shoot your shot. Y'all take a lot of different type of fair shots to Jamal's,
To Justin, to Jamal's.
And if you're watching this video and you got a man whose name started letter J, it's fire out on a nigga, right? So you cut him off with fire out on a nigga. Then you have the people names start with the letter M. Please let me know in the comment section. You have a boyfriend. What letter does his name start with? I promise you, the majority of the comments are gonna say, now these are the lover boy ass niggas. The niggas who stop coming around their mans to think what they been, believe the 2K party, to talk to their bitch. These are these type of niggas, the Maliks, the Marquezes, all bro. Your name started letter M, nigga. We're all around look. You got the niggas whose name started the letter S. I'm gonna be real. Every nigga who I know, name started the letter S, bro, you be stupid shit. Connor, you in school? You trying to do? What you shoot yet? What's your dream, man? What's your dream? You like 18, because I'm not dying. Think about what you're gonna do. Yeah, what are you doing? Not working right now. Oh, fuck.
I'll take that.
You know what the you want to do in your life? Are you working? No.
At home and they draw chips is crazy.
Finished! I knew it! Yes!
It's a miracle. I'm pregnant. I said, you're old as fuck. Aren't you in menopause or something? She punched me. I'm in a serious relationship, and I can't bring her cold-faced baby into
I'll take that.
I said, I'm in a serious relationship.
Time to move.
This is a stacked bunch of fighters! I can't wait for things to kick off! Hit box!
how I feel. How I feel trying to stay up and play video games like that. You shooting out of the field. Get over it. Flatlining his own ass. Oh, flatlining his own ass. You can hit me all you want, bro. I'll beat your ass.
Dude, we could get you a new face. We gonna have like money. We gonna have money.
This is the spot. All right, let's go. All right, let's purge the infected. Ready? Go wild! All right. Level up. Heyo! The safe area changes in 30 seconds. Be a good hero and hustle. All right. Level up. Whoa! Someone's already off the air! There are some tough, hardcore brawlers out here! Alright. Level up. Level up.
Dude, and he get to singing and it's crazy.
Level up. Alright. Level up.
One of those guys who can't wait to get like a
He is weird, bro.
All set.
Bro, he is fried, bro. I ain't gonna lie, the people who made Family Guy was just fried.
Level up.
Oh my god, I can't fire now. Yeah.
Try dodging this.
Come here. Eat those. Oh, he's different, bro.
You're worthless. Out of my way.
I can't. Oh my god, bro.
Let's settle this. Get wrecked.
It is bedtime. Let's go.
Nice.
Ready to go think about? Just moving into 2-inch butter.
I'm in a real bad mood.
Bro, I'm trying to lock in, bro.
This nigga acting gay to get into this class. Girl.
Time to move.
The crazy part is, I think he not talking because he don't want to act gay.
Welcome to the lobby, faithful listeners. Wow! Look at all these sick costumes!
He on his period.
Everybody!
Oh, what?
Okay, girl.
Seriously?
Good.
Let's go. It's over.
Nah.
Hold on. This.
Hold on.
Not gonna. Ow.
The fit is nice. That's what the fit is. But I gotta do it. But I wanna let me do it.
Everybody's looking so excited. This. Not ready yet. Weakling. What? Damn it. Move.
That's a hard up. But you have to get one something.
Not ready yet. Possible. Feel free to tear it up.
Nah. That's like life or death.
Let the battle begin.
That's crazy. That's life or death, Tora.
Kind of gets me going, but at the same time, I'm walking away. I'm like, well, they didn't say that, buddy. No, I'm not soft, but I'm like, look, did they say that? Look, it's too funny.
This is the spot. Pick somewhere, anywhere.
Look at me when I'm talking. Drop it. This is on the whole hood. Fuck everybody. Fuck Ray. Fuck me. Fuck T. Fuck Ash. Fuck everybody. Fuck me. That's the problem.
This is the spot.
That's me. Who you think hit all your stash spots in the city? You think you
Good. You chose your position.
Why do you went there, dude?
Alright, let's purge the infected.
Chop, bro. He's right there, bro.
You gotta move. Pay attention if you want to stay alive. Alright. Level up.
That nigga laughed at it.
Whoa! Someone's already off the air! There are some tough, hardcore brawlers out here! All set. About time. Level up. Oh, yeah! Code has been found somewhere.
Ah, he funny as fuck.
And that's the new safe area. I'll warn you when it's level up. All right. Level up. This one dodging this. Not ready yet. You're worthless. You got 30 seconds before the safe area moves. Better find the box appear. Find their
Level up.
keepers. I'm dodging this.
Level up.
You're worthless. I'm dodging this. You're worthless. I'm dodging this. Nowhere to run. Here I come. You're worthless. I'm dodging this. I will not hold back. Level up. And that's the new safe area. I'll warn you when it's
Level
gonna
up.
move again. There's an item box! Move quick or it'll get
Level
jammed
up. Level up. Level up.
You gotta move. Pay attention if you want to stay alive!
Level up.
You are left.
I just knew it, bro. He's lame, bro. I'm a hater.
I will not hold back. I'll destroy you!
Oh my god, how did she get that off?
I'll create a path.
It's over. It's over, bro. Like,
You're wide open!
you know, alright. I'll take that.
Tell me this.
Can I just say something? So prior to, I think it's before Christmas, training. Yeah. I never told you. That day was amazing. It was amazing. I never told you. Players who single-handedly lost their team the game back in 2018. The Baltimore Ravens faced off against the New Orleans Saints in a crucial midseason matchup with barely any time left in the game. The Ravens were trailing 24-17, while Joe Flacco was hoping to lead them on a game-winning drive, or at least a drive to tie the game. What happened during this drive shocked the entire league. See, Flacco did his job, and with just 24 seconds left in the game, he found John Brown for a 14-yard touchdown, sending the home crowd into a frenzy as the game was now 24-23. The Saints faced what would happen next, none of the entire NFL. You see, all the Ravens needed to do was convert their extra point attempt to tie the game and force overtime. And since this is a high percentage play, everyone was expecting Baltimore to tie the game.
Time to move.
For certain, the Ravens had the most reliable kicker in football, Justin Tucker. During this moment, he had never missed an extra point in his entire
Welcome to the lobby, faithful listener! You're not ready for the hit we're about to play!
This was supposed to be automatic. Just one simple kick and the game would be tied. But no one could have expected what would have happened next. The thing is, as the ball was snapped, everything Tucker lined up.
No use! Ow!
Right.
Ow!
Including Tucker himself was in complete disbelief. Tucker had missed his first extra point automatically impossible, and the Ravens lost the game. Players who single best don't know what
You guys always dress with such style?
These loaders travel up to 6 miles. Not only that, but we also found
Is my mic on? Everybody, cheers!
travel nearly 20 miles. The elephants gotta take all of these. So I can't 100% confirm that this possible knowledge. That our shares their version of the game itself. Just to add on to the story.
This is a stacked bunch of fighters! I can't wait for things to kick off!
What the?
Them churros
But don't blame me! You blew
are
your
good. You want them chicken things?
Everybody's looking for a fight today! Time to drink the bomb!
Like this.
But don't blame me! You blow your speakers out! Present mind could be handling the color
Watch out. Enough.
Everybody's looking for a fight!
Stay back. Take this. Take this. Putrid.
Tear it up there, but don't blame me! You blow your speakers!
Weakling. Putrid. Enough. Not ready yet. What a nuisance.
We're heading to the battle stage!
Oh man, wait. He slapped shit out of me so hard. I'm not powerful. Slap shit out of me. Shit, I slapped shit out of me.
This is the spot.
Pick somewhere, anywhere! Preparations complete!
Oh, I didn't get to see.
All right, let's purge the infected.
And there's so many people over here. No, I'm already getting bullied.
How? Take this.
No, I messed up. Just try it. Oh. In the house.
One lucky fighter's
How about this one?
back
In the house. Bro, why are you bullying me, bro? Watch out.
Filthy.
Oh my god.
Yakuza are so weak.
Whoa! Someone's already off the air!
Let me give you a chance, you fiend.
I'll take that.
Ooh.
To use. I said, okay. So I don't know if you've ever been to a Spencer's, or if you've seen the toys they sell. They're not safe.
Time to move.
This'll be the show of the century! Better head to the bathroom before it starts! Spencers, the battle is here!
This is the spot. 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 This is the spot.
That's when he started hitting the pivots, fadeaways, the fans cheering Kobe, Spike, he talking hella shit. After the game, I see Spike asking like Kobe to sign the stat sheet. That week was crazy, so we had that, and we had Braun on Wednesday, then he get like a 50-point triple double.
This is the spot.
Okay, looks like you found a spot.
This is the spot. This is the spot.
He said, "Where your shirt?" And flick this shit.
This game just hates me, bro.
Right, let's
Nobody comes here, bro.
Let's rock! 30 seconds till the safe area moves. You'll get swallowed up
Level
if you're
up.
not careful.
About time. All set. All right. Level up.
One down already. You're all out to blast, aren't you?
All right.
New safe area established. If you're not in it, what are you doing?
Yeah, sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Level up.
I'm sorry.
Level up.
If you want to buy the bucks up here, find their keepers.
All right. Level up. Level up. All right. Level up.
Oh yeah! Coda's been found somewhere. I'll warn you when it's gonna move again. It's what you've all been waiting for! An item box appeared!
Yourself open.
No, I hate this character.
Same time.
Watch out. Watch out.
30 seconds till the safe area moves!
Yep.
You'll get swallowed up if you're not
Bro. Okay, she gonna get last hit. I know how this ends, bro. Leave me alone, bro. Yeah, this is 1v1. Why am I getting jumped?
half of you are left! You better fight like your lives depend on it!
Come on, stay alive, Froggy. I trust you, bro. What's going on? No, please! No! Bro.
I'll take that.
Found you one.
Stop spending real money on in-game cosmetics. How? Using Buff. With the Buff...
What a wonderful...
Because I provide everything a wife should.
Okay, so your wife could too?
Yes, definitely. I cook, I clean, I suck your A little head when your homies are in a drought is not gonna hurt.
Hey, man, girl, hey, man, look, I don't know, right? They give a fuck now.
It's called being a good friend.
That's this red door. Oh, what is that smell? That good red now. What? I wanna hit this motherfucker now. I know you ain't blowing no stinking ass record smoke in my face, bro. Hey, nobody wanna hit that shit, bro. Damn you.
Eat lunch with your favorite inmate. You already know, man. I had to go to the fast food restaurant. This nigga ain't feel like cooking nothing. So I'm gonna go see my boy. You know, so he had to deep fry out, drop some fries today. It be like our shit Asian grease, crunchy, steamy, grease popping out the motherfuckers and everything. So boom. And then my boy overheard on the grill putting his fried rice together. You know what I'm saying? Stick the shit up there. You know what I'm saying? Give me seasons and all that. You know, straight fried rice. You know what I'm saying? Shit be getting like China, man. I'm bad. But anyway, back to where I was on though. You know what I'm saying? So my white boy got put shit together. He is professional. He's very clean. He got his gloves on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I want him to get full water fries and sour water rice. I think with a splash of some macaroni and cheese. Which I say macaroni and peas. That shit was so motherfucking fire. I ain't feel like you had the block of the day. We go kind of thin outside, so I spent the block with a couple of my dudes. Came back here, just wanted to go see the, go to the restaurant real fast. Get some quick, so sit down and watch a movie and something. And look at that rice though. You know what I'm saying? Golden brown, and then we eat. Smell it. I wish these motherfucking ass of guys got to smell what's really going on. As you see, we gonna wipe that motherfucker clean. You know what I'm saying? That's a half one right there. That's a half one look like. Then fries, that's the macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? Man, on my soul. Shit was so fire, you know what I'm saying? Shit, that looked like nothing, but I had it. Disrespect to it's too. How somebody that's cheap. Somebody else's voice carries more weight than another man's voice to him. Just got to be.
Wonderful time to be alive. Right, PX3? What a time to be alive. This lobby doesn't look fun at all. It looks like a disaster. It's one of the worst players I've ever come across. I mean, Chad, what the f do you do here, bro? I can't pick up a plate from anyone! I can't pick up a plate! It's too stressful.
Shakes from the face.
What? Ow! What is that? Maybe this lobby is good. Why does this MP5 feel so? Why does it feel so good?
Yeah.
Why does this MP5 feel so good?
It's just they got big patties and that's a lot. That's a lot of battery though.
Turn your name again? Nope. Shadow Ben. First game on, not moving too bad, I'm gonna be honest. At all. What's that noise? Slide, please. I don't have to get upset.
You're cool.
God, there's too many. Too many Glockies.
Yo, you're not quick scope. I'm sorry.
I mean, what do you do there, right? Anybody wanna? Does he have no recoil on his weapon? Bro, it's the big 2.5, bro. Come on, man. All those big Shermans use a Chronic.
Oh, we got a Wendy's and a Denny's manager, Jay.
Denny's manager? I like that one. Wonder how many people actually changed their name to an establishment's manager since I changed it. It's definitely a lot. Because I've run into a few managers since I changed. No way.
Boom killer. Me up.
Did I knock down that kid? Oh! How does everyone have self-res? What's going on? How much is that ammo? Where's the ammo on my guns? Yo, first game on, not looking too bad. Yo, Max, I appreciate the gifted. Thank you, bro. This is the first game on, no warm-up. First game on, no warm-up. Not looking too shabby, gentlemen. Yo, Peter, Mickey Mouse wasn't paying that well. What am I missing? He wasn't paying too hot? What is that? Ghost. Alright.
I can. It's been a good stream. Oh.
Take shit, don't you think about it. That could have self-res, bro. They're gonna hit me? Oh, he did. Wow, this game sucks. It just doesn't stop.
Shakes from the face.
You can't miss, RJ.
Trophies.
But you're not. A high 6.
Anybody know? Anybody have any clue where that guy comes from and where my audio is? Any ideas? I got nothing.
Yeah, he killed her again. But you're not.
Since I was 18. Apologize if I say anything I don't.
No.
This just sounds like a stacking hobby. You so easy, get it while you get it, boy.
Nigga, what that nigga really do?
Did he really just do that to us?
He was like up there. Y'all saw him, right? Yeah.
Did he really just do that to us?
His respect on Batman name.
Is that Jay Pucci? No, it's Jay Pucci.
Killed their ass.
Timu version. Yeah, it's him.
Reload your gun. Why do I gotta hold it 30 times?
J98. 365. Or something on the stream that's giving it too.
Oh, PXG, I'm in trouble.
Oh, you're in trouble?
Yeah. Bad. What happened to you? Maybe I didn't buy it.
I'm not good.
Alright, let's get it.
No, bro. You went out for no reason to Utah. You're supposed to go in the house.
Oh, shotgun. Oh my gosh.
This is so good.
Yeah, put the modulator.
When the game started, the Patriots kept feeding him the ball all night, and the Colts defense had absolutely no answer for him. By the time the game ended, he had rushed for 201 yards and scored 4 touchdowns, something no one had ever done in Patriots history. And the Pats went on to win the game 2-20, while everyone thought this Jonas Gray guy was a player to look out for. Here's where things take a wild turn. Thing is, just a few weeks later, Gray showed up late to practice. That was a lethal mistake because Bill Belichick doesn't tolerate tardiness whatsoever. So Gray was benched, never got a consistent opportunity to get back on the field, and then eventually was cut the following season. He bounced around the league for a bit, but his NFL career was basically over, and he was Hey, I did not remember chocolate. Yeah, smoke. And you know, Cam, it kills me because niggas who like to get in and smoke. And you know, Cam, it kills me because all I'm doing is looking at my eyes the entire time. Fucking high. But it's fucking boring on set, dude. I need something to do. I've turned down a lot of projects I just don't want to sit. I feel like I'm wasting my life on something that says green. You know, movie sets are boring. Have you heard of office jobs? Yeah, smoke. Get girls drunk so it's easier for them to fuck. Bro, y'all are terrible people. You made me thinking, nigga, no shit. But bro, that shit is more common than you think. Yesterday, I'm at a college kickback. I run into one of my old high school friends. Haven't talked to this nigga since graduating. This nigga looked totally different. I thought he was the same nigga from high school. Nigga, I was wrong. Get to looking around the function for the ladies. Cause we had a party. That's what we doing. He going to one girl. Miss, I'm talking about that bell brick from the corner. Try and get on a different girl. He hit 2 of them. That fine shit. Fine shit. Talking to the girls. My girl. This girl look like she going to. Yo, Chris, yo, hey, all that. You know, I really gonna get this shit to go? I said, how? Bro, I gotta go. Take some shots, man. Yeah, what? I'm a nigga who don't do any drugs at all. So this shit is going to my ear. So I'm like, what type of P. Diddy, Epstein ass shit are you on right now? This nigga go back to the ladies or get shot. I just want 2, 3. In my head, I don't want to leave. She caught up in some bullshit, but at the same time, I feel bad for the ladies. This nigga damn
this? Right here.
I'm a huge fan. I love Skinny Pop. Chicken it. I'm a huge fan. I love Skinny Pop.
Right here.
Chicken it. I'm a huge fan. I love Skinny Pop. Chicken it. I'm a huge fan.
What's he do? State your name and rank. My game has saved your life, son. This is the part where you get to say thank you. I wouldn't tell you anything about him. Why don't you tell your team to stand down? Easy. You know, expert marksman, second in your battalion. Weapons specialist, unqualified. My name is General.
Let's go. Let's go. We got duos. We got duos. Bro, we got duos, bro. Oh my god.
With rent rewards from Rocket Mortgage, your rent counts towards buying a home. Helping turn more renters. Get started at Rocket.com. Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes give you extravagant options, including the new toasted cheddar straight to the whistle. Choose your Lux Cravings box only at Taco Bell.
Enemy soldier
You know
incoming.
that, I mean, that's just because you don't know.
We're headed to the war zone. Get geared up. Stand All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized. Resurgence. Stay alive till time expires.
Mission timeline expired. UAV exited the AO.
If you want to get more FPS, improve your visual quality to see enemies better, just make your game look way more aesthetically pleasing, then make sure to pay close attention to this video and watch it all the way through so you don't miss out on these crucial tips, since the default settings in Call of Duty Warzone are far from optimal. By the way, welcome, I'm TCaptainX. I've earned 1 million here, make Call of Duty Warzone a very but FPS, we are on full screen exclusive. It's going to reduce any possible latency and delay. However, if you have multiple monitors, full screen borderless is generally fine, but there is some potential performance things that you are sacrificing here. Display monitor is just whatever your main monitor is going to be. Display adapter is whatever your main GPU is. For your screen refresh rate, just make sure this is the highest. Typically, auto is fine, so I'm going to 240 Hz, so it automatically rescales down just below 240. Display resolution, this will depend on your monitor. Most of you guys are probably going to be 1920 by 1080, but I am on a 2K monitor or a 1440, so mine is going to look like this. Generally, auto will be just fine and should automatically scale to your monitor's resolution capabilities. Now, if you are on a ultra-wide monitor or just a unique sized monitor, your resolution and your aspect ratio might look a little bit different. Automatic should automatically sort it, but most of you guys are going to be on a standard 16 by 9. However, if you're on a different size, like a wide, you might be on one of these ones down here. You can look this up by Googling and searching your monitor aspect ratio if you're unsure. One thing I want to note is that when we are done putting in all of our graphic settings, we are going to want to restart our shaders preloading before we jump into a game. For display gamma, if you are on a PC monitor, you're going to be on 2.2, but if you're on a TV for some reason, you would be on 2.4. For gamma brightness, typically leaving this on 50 is just fine, but generally I do like to turn mine up just slightly to about 55, but I would not crank this up too high, like beyond 60 or 65, because then things will just start to look way too washed out. Now, NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency is a little bit of a confusing setting, and if you're on an AMD GPU, I believe it's called AMD Anti-Lag, I actually have mine off, and the reason for that is that since the Season 3 update, I've actually been experiencing a lot of dev errors, and since turning this off, this has been one of the main things that has fixed that, and I'm no longer experiencing that. So if you are crashing a lot, you might want to consider turning this off, but for the most part, usually this does not cause problems, and it might just be hardware specific to my PC. So to determine if you're going to be on or on plus boost depends if you are CPU or GPU bound. You're going to need to go over to your interface settings. Under the global tab, go down to telemetry, make sure this is on custom, hit show more, and make sure our GPU time and our CPU time are checked on. You'll see them pop up here in the top left corner, but we need to actually go into a game to test this accurately. So once you're actually in a game, look up there your GPU and CPU time, and the number that is higher is going to be the one that you are bound to. If yours is like mine right now, where it's kind of hovering mostly at the same, or as you can see now it's flashing down to 3, then I would always favor towards assuming that you are GPU bound. So if that GPU number was higher, then leave it to on, or if they were tied, but if your CPU time was higher, then put the on plus boost. Now for my AMD users, I've heard this particular setting for them, the anti-lag one, has caused a lot of issues, so you might be better to just simply leave it off. For sustainability, you can change the preset to custom, and then I recommend turning both of these desyncs to off. However, if you are experiencing screen tearing, which you can see in this picture here, where the pictures don't line up and a part of it has teared kind of off, then you might want to consider turning these on and starting from the lowest percentage and working up until that screen tearing goes away. Now, the problem with VSync is that it causes input delay or lag, basically. So you only want to turn this on if you are experiencing a lot of screen tearing. For custom frame rate limit, usually just going to unlimited is the easiest solution. However, you can also change and adjust your settings based on if you're in the game or in the menu and things like that. If you experience overheating issues, you have an older PC, you might want to consider going to the custom and then cranking your gameplay limit up as high as you can go, but turning your menu and out of focus down. That way your GPU and CPU kind of cool down when you're not in game. Even if your monitor can't support going up to like 300 Hz or 300 refresh rate, it's perfectly fine to go above this unless you are experiencing a ton of screen tearing, as some monitors will experience that when the FPS gets above its capabilities. Reduce menu render resolution. You can just leave this to optimal. Basically what this does is reduce menu will experience that above port. The way you choose your older PC if you're in the for custom frame rate limit, usually just going to unlimited is the easiest solution. However, you can also change and adjust your settings based on if you're in the game or in the menu and things like that. If you experience overheating issues, you're an older PC, you might want to consider going to the custom and then cranking your gameplay limit up as high as you can go, but turning your menu out of focus down. That way your GPU and CPU kind of cool down when you're not in game. Even if your monitor can't support going up to like 300 Hz or 300 refresh rate, it's perfectly fine to go above this unless you are experiencing a ton of screen tearing, as some monitors will experience that when the FPS gets above its capabilities. Reduce menu render resolution. You can just leave this to optimal. Basically what this does is when you are in the menu and not in game, it's going to slightly reduce some of the graphics quality so that it is going to just kind of conserve your PC. Native will keep it looking as good as it can. Maximal will really turn things back if you have an overheating issue. Pause game rendering, you can just leave this off. It's not a really big deal here. If you turn this on, when you bring the menu up, it'll basically just like pause the game behind it, so it is like reducing any usage again for overheating issues. Reduce quality when active, 10 minutes is fine. Basically, if you're just inactive, if you're AFK, it will basically just lower the consumption of how hard the PC is working to work on the game. And then focus mode, I would generally recommend leaving this to 0. You would only want to use this if you're playing on like a super ultra wide monitor, or if you're like splitting your game across multiple monitors. And then high dynamic range, you can leave this to automatic, and then just make sure you do the calibration really quick, where you pick where it is barely visible for each one. So for mine, I'm going with those numbers there. That will be different monitor to monitor though. Over in the quality tab. Now, if you have a like 2K or 4K monitor, but your PC can't quite handle and get good FPS there, you absolutely might want to consider turning your render resolution down. Generally, I would say if you're not getting a consistent 100 to 120 plus FPS, then you might want to consider turning your render resolution down if you're above a 1080p monitor. Now, if you're on 1080p, I wouldn't really go much lower than that because then the game's going to look really bad. And I definitely would not recommend turning this up above this because, especially if your monitor is not capable of these resolutions, there's just basically no point. I have heard some people say that if you are highly CPU bound, which is rare, that you can play with turning this up a little bit, but in my case, there is zero benefit to going beyond 100. Dynamic resolution, I would leave this off unless you are on a very low-end PC and you're really struggling with FPS. You can turn this on and then you can set a frame rate target. What this does is it will dynamically lower the resolution to try to hit that minimum frame rate target. So if you set a minimum for 60, it will bring down the graphics so that it can boost up your FPS. Upscaling and sharpening. If you're looking for absolute maximum performance, if you're on a low-end PC, you're going to want to leave this off. But for most people, Fidelity FX Cast is going to make the game look a lot sharper and better with almost no performance hit at all. Now, there are a lot of different settings here, and some of this can depend on your system specs, but for most people, Fidelity FX is best. And then under the show more, the strength, your absolute going beyond 100. Dynamic resolution, I would leave this off unless you are on a very low end PC and really struggling with FPS. You can turn this on and then you can set a frame rate target. What this does is it will dynamically lower the resolution to try to hit that minimum frame rate target. So if you set a minimum for 60, it will bring down the graphics so that it can boost up your FPS. Upscaling and sharpening. If you're looking for absolute maximum performance, if you're on a low-end PC, you're going to want to leave this off. But for most people, Fidelity FX Cast is going to make the game look a lot sharper and better with almost no performance hit at all. Now, there are a lot of different settings here, and some of this can depend on your system specs, but for most people, Fidelity FX is best. And then under the show more, the strength is really personal preference. The higher you go, the more kind of like sharper or crisp the image will look, but sometimes it starts to look a little bit like blocky and grainy when you go too high, so I normally just keep mine about 50, but again, it is personal preference. I'd recommend leaving both of the frame generations on off. Now, a lot of people will kind of get all their panties in a bunch over this one. When you turn these on, you will get a lot higher FPS, but it causes a significant amount of input delay, or basically a lag. And for a competitive FPS game like Warzone, where milliseconds matter, this is just not worth it. You are not actually really getting that FPS because of the input delay that it adds. Maybe you could consider trying it on a low-end PC, but I think low-end PCs aren't even capable of using this setting. VRAM scale target is an interesting one and can be different from system to system. For most people, just leaving this in the default 70 tends to be fine. If you are experiencing a lot of hitches or big stutters, then turning this down could be a good thing, especially if you are filling up your VRAM usage bar down here at the bottom from your usage to your target. So on my PC, because I'm on a higher end PC, I have plenty of VRAM and this is not an issue, but personally, I haven't really noticed any difference in performance when I crank this above 70. I've tested this multiple times, and so I just leave mine at 70%. Variable rate shading, I'd recommend turning on. What this does is it's actually going to silently reduce the resolution on the edges of your screen. You can barely notice this difference, but this actually will boost your FPS quite a lot. All right, when it comes to the rest of these settings and quality, a lot of this depends on your goal and also your PC. So listen to very carefully of how I explain these. For most people, if you're looking to maximize FPS, going as low as you can with almost all of these settings will do that. However, when we go to very low, the game looks really bad in some areas and the textures just kind of look like Play-Doh. Low is a very small difference in terms of FPS. Like you might only lose 1 to 3 FPS depending on your system, but it looks a lot better. So for most people, I'd recommend low. I play on normal because I have a very high-end PC and I can get away with it. There is a pretty noticeable difference from low to normal in terms of making the game just look better. However, this won't really help much in terms of the visibility of your enemies. So again, if you care about performance and being able to be very competitive, just stick to low or very low. For texture, filter, and stereotropic, again, sticking to low is going to be the best for performance or for low-end PCs. However, going up to something like high doesn't really affect your FPS very much at all, but it can make the game look a little bit cleaner and sharper. Depth of field, make sure this is off. Detail quality, again, if you're looking for max performance and for competitiveness or on a low-end PC, stick to low. But again, going up to normal on a normal to higher-end PC will make the game look a lot crisper and just kind of more realistic with only a minimal impact on performance. Particle resolution, I'd recommend keeping this to very low for almost everyone. I actually think it's easier to see through explosions and stuff when it is on very low as well. Bullet impacts don't really affect much in terms of FPS, but I actually like to leave mine on. That way I can see kind of like recoil patterns and stuff like that if I'm trying to test that. But for max performance, you're going to want to leave those off. Persistent effects, make sure this is off. Now shader quality, this is a unique one, so listen up. I'm gonna put some side-by-side comparisons on screen here. On the left is shader quality with low, and what you will notice is the ground level surfaces of like the grass, the mud, it looks very smooth and very, very kind of low quality when it is on low. Shader quality, however, though, is a big setting when it comes to your performance. But when you go up to medium, it makes the game look so much better. So if you're on a very low-end PC, if you're struggling to get by, keep this thing on low. But if you can sacrifice a little bit of FPS, maybe 5 to 10 at the most, going up to medium is definitely worth it. Now, this is not really going to help you in terms of seeing your enemies much better, but from a just visual aesthetic thing, this does make the game look a lot better going up to medium. If you do this, make sure to go back and hit restart shaders and then restart your game and let those shaders download before this effect will actually take place. On-demand texturing, make sure this is turned down to minimal, and then under show more, turn this all the way down and keep your download limits to off. This, if you are experiencing packet loss and lagging and stuff like that, this should help with that. And then local texture streaming quality, also you're going to want to keep this to low. Now, shadows in general tend to be a setting that really messes with her performance, so for all of these, I'd recommend leaving these on low. I will say shadow quality on very low does make the shadows very blocky and look kind of bad, but you can still see the shadows. So this is another setting that if you're on kind of more a higher end PC, going up to something like normal will make shadows look a lot crisper, but you will impact and suffer a little bit of FPS at the cost of this. Everything else here we keep off or low. And then for environment, same thing here. We're going to keep all of this to off or low. Again, this is all stuff that does make the quality of the game look a little bit better, but it's not a night and day difference like it is with shader quality. So for performance and competitiveness, I'd recommend leaving all of these off. So I prefer to play on the max 120 field of view, which gives me that very wide field of view. But if I turn this way down to 60, I am way zoomed in and I cannot see enemies at my peripheral vision at all. Now the benefit to this is that things appear to be much closer to you. However, when you are shooting your gun, you feel that recoil a lot more because visually you're way closer to the gun, like you had a big zoom optic on it. But when I crank this back to 120, that same recoil pattern feels like there is much less recoil now because we are zoomed in farther away from that gun. Now, if you're coming back to Warzone after a while, the default FOV back in the day was 80, and so jumping up to 120 might feel a little bit too much, and targets might just look a little bit too small and too far away from you. So I'd recommend starting somewhere around 100, and as you get more comfortable, try to slowly bump up. I will say the vast majority of the top players do play at 120 in Warzone, but there are still a lot of really good players that play around to 115. So don't feel bad if that just feels a little bit better to you. Most top players play on ADS field of view affected, but independent might be a good setting for some casual players. What this does is keep your hip fire field of view the number that you set, so 120, but when I aim my gun, it zooms in a lot, even if you only have a 1x or a iron sight optic. So this is good for seeing people at your periphery when you're in close quarters, but when you need to shoot at someone far away, it zooms in and you can see them a little bit better. Again, I prefer affected, which just keeps that field of view out, very zoomed out. For the weapon field of view, I'd recommend going to wide. Third person, you go to 90, although this doesn't really matter much in Warzone. And then vehicle field of view, also go to wide. And then for all of these camera settings, we're going to want all of these to off, and then the camera movements to least to reduce unnecessary kind of screen shake and blurriness. Inverted flashbang, this is totally up to you. I leave mine on the if that bothers your eyes, then you can turn this to inverted, and that will flashbang it black. Really quickly, I will cover my audio settings here now. That I use Art is Word audio. If you're interested in doing this, this is a custom EQ setting to kind of help make footsteps louder. Look up Art is War, one word, on YouTube, and he has a video walking you through how to do this. But in general, I would recommend turning your music volume way down or even off, and then turning your dialogue volume down significantly, but leaving your effects up to 100. If you're just playing with the default audio, this is going to be your speakers. For speaker output, this could be default or surround. I would leave the headphone mode off personally. And then for the audio mix, honestly, the default trailer mix is probably the best, although some people do like Sucker Punch. It makes footsteps louder, but it also makes other noises like explosions much lighter too, which can drown out footsteps. Now in global here, I would recommend you skip the intro movie. It's just annoying every time you boot the game up. Talk about telemetry briefly. These are the ones that I leave on. This is like how to see FPS, how to see how much latency you have. These are the ones that I leave on, but I turn off these three here, but it's totally personal preference. Under readability here, I do have my subtitles off just because they kind of annoy me, but that is personal preference. But under color customization, I have my HUD color, so like my enemy pings and things like that. The main one that I've changed is my enemy ping. I've changed it from that default red to just because I feel like that stands out. It's a little bit easier for me to see. And then down at the bottom here, you're going to want to make sure that your color filter is set to filter 2. And then both of these intensities to 100. This is just going to make the game look a little bit more vibrant. Now, one thing you might notice about my screen is my mini-map is very, very large. I'm going to show you how to do this, but unfortunately, you have to own the multiplayer to do this. So go into Black Ops 6 multiplayer. From here, go to our interface, which is just webcam. Under the gameplay HUD, you're going to have a setting called multiplayer HUD. In Warzone, unfortunately, which it should be really, and change this interface layout down to magnify. Once it's there, go over to visuals here. Make sure your minimap shape is set to square, minimap under compass, minimap rotation is on, and then radar is off. On the scale, I like to personally crank this sucker up to 150. leave information to all, and then leave both of these other scales to 100. Now down here at the bottom, one thing that you can do is you can reduce the opacity or make kind of these things see-through. And so I like to make my medals and notifications, which pop up at top, a little bit see-through. So in case there's like an enemy behind it, I can see through that. And same with my score feed, because score feed kind of pops up in the center. So you turn these down, you can kind of start to see through it, but still see them at the same time. And then over in colors, we basically already did this part. This is where we change the HUD color and then those color filter settings. You can then go back into Warzone, and as long as you don't change anything, our interface settings should carry over, even though those settings aren't available here to change. Now, one thing to note with this is there's a little bit of a bug when you do this with the circle zones, like the edge of the circle. Sometimes they will not line up right where they should. So if that bothers you, you can just leave this to 100, but personally, because that minimap is so much bigger, where enemies are on the map, I think that small thing is absolutely worth it. Back and forth, a few things to make sure we have set. For compass type, make sure this is set to horizontal. Then I have to go next to other settings. However, in crosshair, you're going to want to make sure this is set to I like to have my crosshair dot scale as largest, where that center dot is. Then I leave my opacity up to 100, but this is not a horrible idea to turn this down. You know, I'm going to try turning this down just a little bit so I can kind of see through that crosshair. But I do change my crosshair color to this green color. That just helps me see my crosshair a little bit better. Really, it is personal preference. A lot of people like kind of like that pink or purple or even a yellow maybe, but just pick a color that stands out to your eyes. I like to leave my hit marker visuals and damage-based hit markers to on, and then again, these are those same opacity settings that we talked about where you can turn these notifications down. All right, we're going to cover some settings outside of the game, but before we close, go over to your display tab and graphic settings and hit the restart shaders preloading, close your game, and then when you boot it back up, you'll have to re-download those shaders. So from here in the bottom left corner, go ahead and type in graphics, and you're going to click on graphics settings down here. From here, you're probably going to want to turn on your hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. If this was off and you turn it on, you will have to restart your PC. Now this can be system to system, but in the vast majority of cases, having this on should help the performance and latency of your game. After that, you can go down and you can set the Call of Duty app as high performance or kind of high priority. So you can just hit browse, you can search it, and then you can set it as a high performance app. It's also very important that your GPU drivers are updated. So if you're on NVIDIA, you can go to NVIDIA.com and you can get the latest drivers, or if you're on AMD, you would go to AMD's website and do that. I am currently on the latest driver, 572.83. It's been fine for me generally, but I typically do not constantly update my drivers unless I hear from other people that a new driver is significantly better, because sometimes new drivers get introduced and they can be the culprit to causing things like crashes and dev errors. And if you want this specific driver, you can go on NVIDIA's website and then you can type in that specific driver and download that one specifically. Another thing to consider is making sure your motherboard BIOS and chipsets are up to date. So if you go and you type in system information in your search bar and pull this up, under the baseboard product here will tell you what your motherboard is. You can copy paste that into Google and then pull up your motherboard, and then under the support tab there will usually be drivers like your BIOS here. Now, I'm not going to walk you guys through how to do this, but there are lots of YouTube videos out there how to do this. If you have a board that is 6 months to a year old and you haven't done this, updating this can usually solve a lot of problems if you're experiencing things like crashes and whatnot. You can also update things like your CPU chipset. There are usually other drivers that you can update for your motherboard and stuff like that. And doing all of those things can just ensure, if you do this every 6 months to a year, can ensure that your PC is going to be running smoothly. After that, at the bottom left, you're going to type in game mode, and game mode settings should come up, and you're going to want to turn game mode on. If you have a NVIDIA GPU, go ahead and right click and open on your, right click anywhere on your desktop and go to the NVIDIA control panel. If you have an AMD card, this will be similar, but a little bit different, and I don't have one, so I can't walk you through it, I'm sorry. So at the top, adjust image settings with preview here. It depends where yours is going to be, but for now, click on the use my preference and then go over to performance, and then from there, hit apply, and then go back up to use the advanced 3D image settings and hit apply. Under in manage 3D settings. Now you can apply these globally, or you can apply it to the program only. I go ahead and apply mine globally, but you can search in here and apply these to Call of Duty only if that's what you prefer. I'm just going to go ahead and scroll through and show these here. You can pause and you can kind of copy these over. So from here in the bottom left corner, go ahead and type in graphics, and you're going to click on graphics. settings down here. From here, you're probably going to want to turn on your hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. If this was off and you turn it on, you will have to restart your PC. Now, this can be system to system, but in the vast majority of cases, having this on should help the performance and latency of your game. After that, you can go down and you can set the Call of Duty app as high performance or kind of high priority. So you can just hit browse, you can search it, and then you can set it as a high performance app. It's also very important that your GPU drivers are updated. So if you're on NVIDIA, you can go to NVIDIA.com and you can get the latest drivers, or if you're on AMD, you would go to AMD's website and do that. I am currently on the latest driver, 572.83. It's been fine for me generally, but I typically do not constantly update my drivers unless I hear from other people that a new driver is significantly better, because sometimes new drivers get introduced and they can be the culprit to causing things like crashes and dev errors. And if you want this specific driver, you can go on NVIDIA's website and then you can type in that specific driver and download that one specifically. Another thing to consider is making sure your motherboard BIOS and chipsets are up to date. So if you go and you type in system information in your search bar and pull this up, under the baseboard product here will tell you what your motherboard is. You can copy paste that into Google and then pull up your motherboard, and then under the support tab there will usually be drivers like your BIOS here. Now, I'm not going to walk you guys through how to do this, but there are lots of YouTube videos out there how to do this. If you have a board that is 6 months to a year old and you haven't done this, updating this can usually solve a lot of problems if you're experiencing things like crashes and whatnot. You can also update things like your CPU chipset. There are usually other drivers that you can update for your motherboard and stuff like that. And doing all of those things